oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks.
Hello, you little nasties. Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you watched the video that I released within the last couple of days, it was an overview for a product called the, wait for this, GCHD MK2 HDMI adapter by Eon for the Nintendo GameCube. And in that video, I said that in this review, I'm going to be looking at a GameCube game today, which makes perfect sense. That's why I bought that product. So today what we're going to be doing is taking a look at Disney's Aladdin for the Sega Genesis. Now, Aladdin was released in 1993 by Virgin Games, and it went on to sell well over 4 million copies. Now, having sold that many copies, you have to assume that this game must be great, right? Well, I don't know. That's why we're here. We're going to review that game. And if you think that, like, this must be a joke, the Nasty Beast just going to cut to a GameCube review at any moment, well, that's a fair thought. Hold on to that one. So the first thing that I noticed about this game is that the graphics are outstanding, and I think that's pretty much common knowledge at this point. Disney animators had a direct hand in the animations in this game, and it shows, as it is clearly one of the best looking Genesis games around. The pixel art is outstanding, and I've got absolutely nothing to complain about there. And while we're talking about that, let's just cover everything but the gameplay first. So let's talk about the music. It's also outstanding, and some of the best on the Genesis. This console is notoriously difficult to program music and sound effects for, and that's apparent in a lot of games where a lot of them just sound like someone shot diarrhea all over a microphone and called it a day. Not Aladdin though. The music here is swag as fuck. In fact, it pisses me off how good it is. Most of the tunes are derivatives of the music found in the film, and for the most part, it does a great job replicating those. Again, as far as music is concerned, I've got absolutely nothing to complain about here, which is rare because I can almost always find something to complain about. And I know you're still waiting for me to say this is a joke and to start reviewing a GameCube game. I mean, why wouldn't I? I went through all the trouble getting the MK2 for that specific purpose, so why wouldn't I play a game on that to review here? So the gameplay in Aladdin is kind of where the game gets whack as absolute fuck. When I mention gameplay, I'm referring to the level design, which ranges from really good to absolute total bullshit. And in an effort to follow the movie's plot to a degree, while taking some serious liberties, the flow of the game is somewhat ridiculous. You'll go from a marketplace to a prison dungeon where the guards still just let you keep your sword, then you just walk right out of that and go into a desert, then into a volcano. I mean, there's absolutely no rhyme or reason to any of this bullshit. Some of the levels are really fun to play through, and by some, I mean just the first couple. After that, this game becomes cheap as your grandparents at an early bird special at Golden Corral. And I mean it when I say the SD card on my GameCube got corrupted for no reason and completely ruined my goddamn night. That's why we're reviewing this. This game falls victim to some serious 90s era video game tropes that enraged kids and made them break controllers back in the day. And as an almost 40-year-old adult man-child, I can say I totally get it because that's how I feel about my GameCube. I feel like using it as a toilet and throwing it in the dumpster right outside my front door and never looking back. It's exactly what it deserves, and what the fuck was I talking about? Well, oh shit, okay, so my GameCube. I wanted to play Alien Hominid for this review, and every time I played it, it crashed my GameCube, which I had never seen before. After looking online, it turns out that this one single game that I wanted to review is the one single game that crashes GameCubes that uses this optical disc emulator I use. I kept trying to make it work through various means by adjusting settings. Then the SD card I used to store my games got corrupted out of nowhere. Even as I typed this a day later, I'm still transferring all of my games back onto my SD card. It takes that long and it's ridiculous. So the level design on this game is iffy. Some are great. Mostly just the earlier levels, but the later levels are just head-scratchingly stupid. Like, don't even get me started on the volcano level. This stage just throws away every single mechanic that you were used to and reinvents it as it goes along. Then it changes it after every time you die. Seriously, your jumps are inconsistent. Sometimes jumping at the exact same point in the exact same way will get you safely to a floating platform, while sometimes Aladdin will just jump right into the fucking lava and die, and I can't see any rhyme or reason for it. There's one part in particular where you are escaping a boulder while running through someone's asshole and have to immediately jump onto another ledge. The jumps here are so inconsistent, I must have died like 15 times. It's absolute bullshit. And after that, you go to the Magic Carpet stage, which is also a straight-up rip-off of the Battletoads speeder bike stage, which everybody fucking hated. So why in the hell did Virgin want to put this in here? It's total crap, and when you die, no matter where you were, you start at the beginning and get to do it all over again, making you hate everyone who ever worked on this game and their entire family. How this got a pass is beyond me, and my GameCube is fucking awful. I hate it. I think at some point the designers realized that if you were reasonably good at this game, you can beat it within 40 minutes. And someone just said, 40 minutes? Well, that's just not long enough. What should we do? And then some asshole responded, well, have you considered making the game impossible? Then it'll last way longer. And everyone was like, God damn, that's a great idea. And then they made the game impossible like a bunch of pricks, and that's that. And so you're probably wondering, well, what is it about the GameCube that makes it so shitty? And I'm like, dude, you are asking exactly the right person, because I know all about that, and I cheated my way through this game. I don't know if you watch my game playthroughs, like my Metal Slugs or whatever, but if you did, you would know that anytime I can cheat in a game, I fucking will. I'm old, I'm tired, and I don't have time to get fucked in the asshole by Aladdin and his bullshit genie. I'm not going to restart this game 100 times just to see the ending, so if I can cheat, I will. And that's what the devs get for making a game that's impossible. Here's how you can cheat. Go into the options menu, hit ACAC, just do that 100 times, then hit B a bunch of times. Look, it's on the screen. Boom. There's invincibility. You're welcome. That makes the game infinitely better. The only way you can enjoy this game is by cheating, unless you're some weirdo. And if you're really weird and looking to buy a GameCube, hit me up. Let's get a conversation going. So this game I'm kind of all over the place on. I think the first 2 or 3 levels is a really good time and worth experiencing, but once you reach the volcano stage, the game becomes as fun as gonorrhea. Like, yeah, you can overcome it, but do you even want to? Do you even give a shit at that point? And when you don't want to deal with it, unlike gonorrhea, you can just skip the stage. Here's another cheat code. Fuck it, it's just on the screen. You bet your goddamned ass I used that after dying just twice on the Magic Carpet level. I'm not doing that shit. I'd actually rather have gonorrhea. If someone held a gun to my head and made me pick between gonorrhea or Aladdin, I seriously think I'd pick AIDS. Okay, so wrapping this up, is this game good? Well, it depends on what you compare it to. If you compare it to my GameCube, yeah, it's a fucking masterpiece. If you compare it to other games of the era, it's just okay. It's worth playing through the first couple levels just for the animation, graphics, and music, but I'd say instantly throw this shit in the dumpster next to my GameCube right when you reach the volcano level, because there's absolutely no fun to be had from that point forward. And there you go. There's a fun-filled review of Aladdin for the Genesis. Did you like it? I'm gonna have a stroke, but if you enjoyed this, hit like and leave a comment if you've played through this one or have a differing opinion from mine, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna go off script again and just say, I really wish I could have made a longer video here, and I know I just had to cut this short, but again, because of my GameCube fiasco, now I'm a day behind again. This is 2 weeks in a row. It's a real bummer, guys, but I swear to God, next week, everything is going to run flawlessly. But again, thank you guys, though, for watching this one. Thank you guys for sticking around the channel, man. I really do appreciate it. And if you liked this review, you know, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, and just go ahead and subscribe. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you on the next video.